That was his and his alone. Frankel saw proof of this freedom everywhere, in the prisoners who would share their last tiny piece of bread, in those who offered a word of comfort when they had absolutely nothing else left to give. He argued that even a single example of someone maintaining their dignity in the face of absolute horror is all the proof we need that our inner strength can, in fact, raise us above our outward fate. What makes Frankel's philosophy so incredibly powerful is that he lived it himself, even before he was sent to the camps. He tells a story from just before the war that serves as the perfect parable for choosing meaning over everything else. So get this, shortly before the U.S. entered the war, Frankel, being a prominent doctor, was granted a visa to immigrate to America. This was a golden ticket, right? A chance to escape. But his elderly parents had no way of getting out. So he was completely torn. Should he go to America, where he could safely develop his brainchild, his life's work, logotherapy? Or should he stay and fulfill his duty as a son to protect his parents from their inevitable fate? He said he was desperately wishing for some kind of hint from heaven. And then he found it. He was at home, and on a table he saw a piece of marble. His father explained that he'd found it in the rubble of the great Viennese synagogue that the Nazis had just burned down. It was a fragment of the tablets of the Ten Commandments. So Frankel asked his father which commandment it was, and his father told him it was the one that begins, "Honor thy father and thy mother." For Frankel, this was it. This was his hint from heaven. The answer was suddenly crystal clear. He chose responsibility. He chose meaning over success and safety. He let the visa lapse and stayed with his parents, ready to share their fate. He chose his why, and that choice would ultimately help him bear the unimaginable how that was just around the corner. This brings us to his final piece of advice, and it's something that kind of turns our conventional thinking completely upside down. Frankel warns us not to aim for success, or even for happiness. He says they can't be pursued directly. They only happen as the unintended side effect of dedicating yourself to something much bigger than you are. And so we're left with the exact same question Frankel asked himself when he let that visa go. A question for each and every one of us to answer. In your own life, with your own unique freedoms and your own challenges, what cause is greater than yourself?